theme is like there's these two worlds. Technically, I think there's three, right? Yeah, but there's these. No, actually, Nether portal. We get the Nether. We get own world, our own world, and then because the own world has its different landscapes, so that it counts as just one world, and then it's the Ender dragon, right? Ender realm or whatever you want to call it. So it's the Nether, the Ender realm, I call it, and then that's technically there's three worlds, but it seems like they get smaller each time. But anyway, besides the Minecraft logic, like the main theme of this is it's kind of like when in anime when they have like the demons versus the humans again. This analogy now is like the Nether versus the own world, right? The own world being where the villagers stay. You get the zombies, normal zombies, and the green ones. You get the people, skeletons as well there and there. But skeletons, like in like the own world, don't shoot fire arrows, do they? In the Nether, that's a common thing. Yeah, that's a common thing. Fire, 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 and the orcs as well. More like in the Nether is weird because it's almost like they just evolved pigs, which technically they are smarter, stronger. I don't want to say smarter as well, but they are smarter than the pigs in the own world anyway. But the great analogy here is the Nether versus the own world. And the great thing about it is that that's a very simple concept that you can play around. Especially when you got a lot of Minecraft theory and they're using a lot of it here. My goodness, you can play so much with the analogies. Like you can be like, who's the leader of the Nether? Or leaders of the Nether. And you could be like, oh wow, there's a skeleton guy. A skeleton king, for example, or you can get like a fucking orc king, for example, or you can talk about the fuck I forgot I don't know the names of those the withers. I'm not sure what they're called, or you can get like the oh shit. There's so many. Fuck. There's so many different like species of monsters that are there. And what if you could just say they could work together to take down the own world? But like, this is the thing. Like, who's gonna defend the own world? All right. So we got these. I'll call them Minecraft players, and then we got with Steve, and then we got like the villagers. Who else is gonna defend the own world? Is it gonna be like the zombies as well? Who knows? But we'll see. Whatever that means, bro. And she's like, no, I don't. So she definitely knows her bilingual, shit. But anyway. Electro wingsuits. I like try wingsuits, but whatever. So they're saying, Steve is saying the key to like saving the world is through creativity. Just interesting because when you connect that to like the real world and you see it like that, you can kind of see like creativity is the way to like, when people talk about like creating wealth, for example, be creative. When people want to talk about, playing sports, gotta be creative somehow. You gotta be creative. People want to talk about like doing motivational speeches or speeches in general. Be creative. And people will talk about creating artworks, whether that be music or paintings, drawings. Be creative. And there's so many, everything we have in this world is built through the mind of somebody else. But to get to that place, that person has to be creative. And obviously, kind of, if you have to kind of relate this like to yourself, think of like the nether people who are coming to attack the own world as, all right, so the own world is you, right? Or it's your idea. Own world is you, and what they create in Minecraft. These creations making Minecraft. Think of that as creations in your mind that you want to relay out to the world, right? So you're free to do whatever. But then you get the opposing side, which is the nether, which is basically people who think that your idea shouldn't come forth. And so they're going to try and destroy it. But to overcome them, or to overcome, and this is in whatever field, to overcome those types of people, what you got to do is you got to be so creative that they just can't compete, or you got to be so creative that their destruction